So many IELTS candidates make the same critical mistake in the writing test. They repeat basic words over and over again. As a result, the IELTS examiner will think that your vocabulary range is limited, and so your band score will go down. If you want to score band 7+ in IELTS writing, you must use synonyms. And this is what you will learn in this video. You'll see 30 essential synonyms you can use to improve your score. If you want to boost your IELTS score, check out our IELTS courses. We'll guide you step by step on how to score high, and you'll get all the templates you need to feel confident on test day. Just click on the link in the description. Now grab a pen and paper. For each synonym you already know, give yourself 1 point. Comment below with your total score. For example, 15, 25, or all 30. Let's dive in. Let's begin with one of the most overused words in IELTS academic writing essays. The word show appears constantly in academic writing, especially when candidates discuss data trends or research findings. While show isn't incorrect, it's extremely basic and repetitive when used multiple times in an essay. A much more sophisticated alternative is illustrate. This word demonstrates that you can discuss evidence and examples with precision and academic formality. Consider this sentence. The graph shows that renewable energy consumption increased significantly between 2010 and 2020. Here's the elevated version. The graph illustrates that renewable energy consumption increased significantly between 2010 and 2020. Moving on, let's examine another frequently repeated word, important. Many IELTS candidates use this adjective when discussing significant factors or key points in their essays. The synonym crucial conveys the same meaning, but with much greater impact and sophistication. It suggests that something is not just important, but absolutely essential. Take this example. Education is important for economic development in developing countries. The improved version reads, education is crucial for economic development in developing countries. Next up, we have increase, which is inevitable when describing upward trends in Task 1 reports or discussing growing problems in Task 2 essays. Escalate serves as an excellent synonym, particularly when discussing problems, conflicts, or negative trends that are growing rapidly. For instance, air pollution levels continue to increase in major urban areas. This becomes, air pollution levels continue to escalate in major urban areas. Now let's focus on problem, arguably one of the most common nouns in IELTS academic writing. Whether you're discussing environmental issues, social challenges, or economic difficulties, this word appears everywhere. Dilemma offers a more nuanced alternative, especially when referring to situations where there are difficult choices between equally undesirable options. Consider, climate change presents a serious problem for future generations. The sophisticated version, climate change presents a serious dilemma for future generations. Another basic adjective that needs upgrading is good. While perfectly acceptable in spoken English, it sounds rather simplistic in academic writing context. Beneficial provides a more precise and formal alternative, particularly when discussing positive effects or advantages of policies, technologies, or social changes. Here's an example. Regular exercise is good for mental health. The academic version says, regular exercise is beneficial for mental health. Similarly, bad is heavily overused. This adjective is far too casual for formal essays and reports. Detrimental offers the perfect replacement. It carries more weight and precision when describing negative impacts or harmful effects. Look at this sentence. Excessive screen time is bad for children's cognitive development. The improved version says, excessive screen time is detrimental to children's cognitive development. Let's examine big, another overly simple adjective that frequently appears in IELTS writing. Substantial provides a much more academic tone, while conveying the idea of something significant in size, amount, or importance. For example, there has been a big change in consumer behavior since the pandemic. This transforms to, there has been a substantial change in consumer behavior since the pandemic. Another common verb that needs sophistication is help. While clear and direct, it lacks the academic precision required for high band scores. Facilitate is an excellent upgrade, particularly when discussing how systems, policies, or technologies enable or make processes easier. Consider this. Technology can help students access educational resources more easily. The advanced version says, technology can facilitate students' access to educational resources. Let's look at use. This verb is used so often in IELTS writing. Utilize provides a more formal alternative that demonstrates sophisticated vocabulary knowledge while maintaining the same core meaning. Here's an example. Companies should use renewable energy sources to reduce their carbon footprint. The elevated form. Companies should utilize renewable energy sources to reduce their carbon footprint. Now we turn to think, which appears constantly when test takers express opinions in Task 2 essays. Believe offers a much stronger and more academic way to present arguments or viewpoints. It shows that you can engage with ideas at a sophisticated level. Take this sentence. Many experts think that artificial intelligence will revolutionize healthcare. The improved version says, many experts believe that artificial intelligence will revolutionize healthcare. Next, let's address create, an extremely common verb in academic contexts. Generate provides an excellent synonym, particularly when discussing the creation of results, outcomes, income, or effects. For instance, renewable energy projects can create significant employment opportunities. This becomes, renewable energy projects can generate significant employment opportunities. Moving forward, need is another fundamental word that appears throughout IELTS essays but lacks academic sophistication. Require elevates your writing instantly. This verb conveys necessity with more formal precision and authority. Consider this sentence. Students need better access to digital learning platforms. The better version says, students require better access to digital learning platforms. By the way, if you want this channel to keep going, write yes in the comments, click like and subscribe. We only make videos if we see that you enjoy watching them. Continuing with the next synonym, get is incredibly informal for IELTS writing contexts. Obtain provides the perfect formal alternative, particularly when discussing acquiring resources, qualifications, or information. Look at this example. Researchers must get permission before conducting experiments on human subjects. The sophisticated form says, researchers must obtain permission before conducting experiments on human subjects. Let's examine give, another basic verb that needs academic upgrading. Provide offers much more precision and formality, especially when discussing services, information, or support systems. For example, universities should give more support to international students. This transforms to universities should provide more support to international students. Now we focus on start, which frequently appears when discussing the beginning of processes, programs, or periods. Commence delivers a much more formal and academic tone while maintaining the same essential meaning. Consider this. The research project will start in January 2024. The elevated version, the research project will commence in January 2024. Similarly, stop requires sophistication in IELTS writing context. Cease provides an excellent formal alternative, particularly when discussing the ending of activities, processes, or behaviors. Here's an example. Governments must stop funding fossil fuel industries. The academic form, governments must cease funding fossil fuel industries. Let's look at change, which appears constantly in essays about social, technological, or environmental topics. Transform offers a more powerful and sophisticated alternative, suggesting comprehensive and significant alteration rather than simple modification. Take this sentence. Digital technology has changed the way people communicate. The improved version. Digital technology has transformed the way people communicate. Next, we examine fast, a basic adjective for describing speed or pace. Rapid provides much more academic precision, particularly when discussing the pace of change, development, or progress. For instance, there has been fast growth in renewable energy adoption. This becomes, there has been rapid growth in renewable energy adoption. On the opposite end, slow needs to be improved as well. Gradual offers a more sophisticated way to describe processes that occur over extended periods with steady but measured progression. Consider, climate change causes slow but persistent environmental damage. Here's the better version. Climate change causes gradual but persistent environmental damage. Let's address many. This is one of the most frequently used quantifiers in IELTS writing. Numerous is a great synonym. It is an advanced word that conveys the same meaning of a large but unspecified quantity. Look at this example. Many studies have confirmed the link between exercise and mental health. The more advanced sentence says, numerous studies have confirmed the link between exercise and mental health. Moving on, some is another common quantifier that lacks academic precision. Various is more advanced, particularly when referring to different types or kinds of something rather than just an unspecified amount. Here's an example. Some factors contribute to academic success in higher education. This transforms to various factors contribute to academic success in higher education. Now, let's examine old, which frequently appears when discussing traditional systems, technologies, or methods that are no longer current. Outdated provides a more precise and advanced alternative, particularly when referring to systems, practices, or technologies that have become obsolete or less effective over time. Check out this sentence. Many educational institutions still rely on old teaching methods that don't engage students. This becomes, many educational institutions still rely on outdated teaching methods that don't engage students. Next, we focus on new, frequently used when discussing modern developments, recent innovations, or current trends. Contemporary offers more sophistication and precision, particularly when referring to current practices, modern approaches, or present-day phenomena in academic contexts. For instance, new technologies are revolutionizing the healthcare industry. The sophisticated form, contemporary technologies are revolutionizing the healthcare industry. Let's look at keep, which appears frequently when discussing the preservation of standards, continuation of practices, or sustaining of conditions in IELTS writing. Maintain provides a more sophisticated and precise alternative, particularly when referring to preserving systems, upholding standards, or continuing important practices over time. Take this sentence. Educational institutions must keep high academic standards to ensure quality education. The improved version: educational institutions must maintain high academic standards to ensure quality education. Now we examine money, a basic noun that needs sophistication in academic contexts. Financial resources offers much more precision and formality, particularly when discussing economics, funding, or budgetary matters. Consider: governments need more money to invest in renewable energy infrastructure. The more advanced sentence says, governments need more financial resources to invest in renewable energy infrastructure. Moving forward, work is extremely common, but quite informal for IELTS writing. Employment is a better formal alternative, particularly when discussing job markets, career opportunities, or labor issues. Here's an example. The government's new policies aim to create more work opportunities for disadvantaged communities. This becomes: the government's new policies aim to create more employment opportunities for disadvantaged communities. Let's address study, which appears frequently in academic contexts, but can be elevated further. Research offers more precision and formality, particularly when referring to systematic investigation rather than general learning activities. Look at this. Recent studies indicate that meditation reduces stress levels significantly. The sophisticated version: recent research indicates that meditation reduces stress levels significantly. Next, we examine tell, commonly used when discussing what data, research, or evidence reveals or communicates. Indicate provides more academic precision and formality, particularly when referring to what statistics, studies, or findings suggest or demonstrate. For instance, the statistics tell us that urban pollution levels are rising rapidly. The elevated form: the statistics indicate that urban pollution levels are rising rapidly. Now let's look at way, an extremely basic noun for describing approaches or techniques. Method is more advanced and maintains the same essential meaning of a systematic approach to achieving something. Consider this: online learning is an effective way to reach students in remote areas. The academic version: online learning is an effective method to reach students in remote areas. Finally, let's examine try, which frequently appears when discussing efforts or endeavors. Attempt provides a more formal and precise alternative, particularly when referring to systematic efforts to achieve specific goals or outcomes. Here's our example. Scientists continue to try to develop more efficient solar panels. The advanced sentence says, scientists continue to attempt to develop more efficient solar panels. That's it! Those are 30 essential synonyms that can help you achieve a Band 7+ in IELTS writing. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their IELTS score too. See you in the next video!